Welcome to Hitting the Greens from the Golf Club of Coldwater. Our golf pro today is Brian Earls. As always, our golf pro out here today. He's going to teach Dave and I a few things on the putting green. Dave Sattler from the Department of Municipal Services in Coldwater. Plus, he talked a little smack to me earlier about raining some pain on me out here.
That's right. You heard it first, Tim.
You're not going to take your putter and hit it in my ankle, are you?
I'm not even going to talk back in your backswing.
Hang on, I'm not whatever. We know you're not an English major, but I have heard you're excellent on the putting green. So, but we want to get a few tips out here, Brian. And you know, a lot of people, they come out here, and whether it's a putt where we've got a green here today that kind of rolls a little bit, or even if you're straight on, you know, sometimes it's a matter of stroke and consistency and doing the same thing every time, isn't it?
Absolutely. You know, it's just like everything else. Fundamentals, so important. Getting yourself set up the same way and doing things consistently will make you better. Because unless you're practicing a lot, the only way to get better is to do it the same way every time, because if you keep changing how you're doing it, you'll be very inconsistent that way.
Well, because putting, I mean, generally, you're going to be, you know, getting all set, and you should be able to do the same stance, the same everything on the green.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, there's a couple really important things when you talk putting. The first being, can you get your eyes over the golf ball? And meaning, when you set up to hit a shot, you know, looking at the camera here, you can see my eye line would be way inside of where the golf ball is, okay? And I'll put a ball down so we can see it a little bit better. But when we want to get ourselves right over the golf ball, and you know, we can do that by just letting the club drop straight down and notice that I'm right over the golf ball now. If we get too far over it or too far inside, we'll miss a lot of putts because of lack of consistency there. So that's really the main thing you want to look at when you're lining yourself up, is getting your eyes over the golf ball, and it helps you see the line to the hole better. If you're lined up too far to the inside, you'll often see the hole further left than it is, and you'll miss the putt. Or if you're lined up too far over it, you'll miss the putt to the right because you're looking at the hole that's actually right of where it is. So our eyesight and eye line has a huge difference on how we line up and get set up, and we want to do that consistently so we get our eyes right over the golf ball.
All right, now, some people, you know, they'll tend to give a little bit of a flip with their wrists.
Absolutely.
That's not a good thing, is it?
No, we know that's not a good thing. You know, you're trying to make when you're making a putting stroke, you're trying to keep your body as still as possible and just let your shoulders do all the work. Hands and everything else will stay very quiet, your head will stay still, and you'll just rock your shoulders trying to get the putter head to move in a real consistent manner back and through.
So Brian, if you're doing the same thing, if you're lining up with your eyes, you're consistent with your stroke, it really comes down to being able to judge the speed, and then also a little bit of the undulation of the green as we have here, where sometimes you're going to maybe have to hit it a little high to bring it back down into the hole.
Yeah, this green is extreme. You can see the slope. If you can't see it on the video there, I mean, it's at least 6 to 8 feet higher than the bottom of the green, so that's an extreme measure. So you want to look at those things because the ball's obviously going to roll towards the bottom of the hill in each of these circumstances.
All right, well, let's have you have a couple putts here, and then Dave and I will...
Okay, this is a pretty basic putt here. It's going to break a little bit to the right side. You know, when I'm 10, 15 feet away like I am here, I expect to make maybe 1 out of 3, something like that. On the PGA Tour, the winners are making about 80% of these. So there's the difference between us and them, and that's why they make $1 million on a weekend.
Now, Brian, are you going to come back here and get your you know, kind of the grade and the angle?
Yeah, that's a great point. I got ahead of myself there. You know, when you're reading a putt, you always want to go directly behind your ball in line with the hole, and then you can pick out a point that you want to aim the putter. For instance, for this putt, I'll probably aim a couple, you know, probably about 6 to 8 inches outside the hole on the left and try to align myself there, okay? Some people go up and try to pick a point out that's a little bit closer to where they're at so they can line up the putter to that point, but I just choose to line up towards the hole. I don't get as extreme as some people do, but there's no right or wrong way to do it as long as you're picking out some point rather than the hole, because there's not too many straight putts, so we'll pick out a point to the left side of the hole to get our aim. And I always get set up and get the aim first. I get the putter head set up before I set my feet. And that just allows me to make sure my aim and my alignment is right, so my eyes are over it, I'm lining it up to where I want it to be, and then I got to commit to it. And when I commit to it, I set my feet, get my hands ready, and we try to make a stroke. So we
Almost
missed
right
it.
on.
About 3 feet past, maybe
Yep.
a little further past than we wanted it, but
Little chicken
overall,
on the bone, they say.
if you play with me, that putt's good.
Well, I like that because we're going to need that later on here for
That's
sure.
right, absolutely.
All right, when we come back, Dave and I are going to get ourselves all set up, and we'll have a few putts out here and make sure that we're doing it the proper way, and then we'll have our contest, and we're going to have we're going to have quite the contest here today because it is, we're trying to break the tie.
Well, you know, there's a lot of people watching, and they expect you to win, Tim.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'd say the odds are on you. So if you lose, I'm thinking you have a problem. All right, you're watching Hitting the Greens from the Golf Club of Coldwater. Tim Hart, Dave Sattler from the city of Coldwater, and we got Brian Earls, our golf pro from the Foundation Golf Center, and of course also out here at the Golf Club of Coldwater. Stay with us, more coming up after this. Back here at the Golf Club of Coldwater, welcome to Hitting the Greens. We continue with our lessons on putting. And, you know, Brian talked about a lot of different things. Just give us the quick recap, and then we're going to have Dave get all set up for a couple putts.
Okay, yeah, biggest things. Make sure your eyes are over the ball when you're getting set up so that you can get the alignment correct. That's the most important thing. So we're going to try to get Dave into that position, get his eyes over the golf ball. I would say he's doing a pretty good job of that now. He hasn't lined up very well, but now he's ready.
Forgot the #1 rule.
You got to look at the hole. You got to look at the hole.
Check your target before you set your feet. Okay, so he's got his eyes over it. He's going to try to make a stroke with his shoulders only. Quiet with the head. Going through. Not too bad.
Right.
About as good as my first one, so I can't say too much about it. But if Dave would keep his head a little bit quieter and let the club do more work this time, I think he'd be in better shape.
Look at that, much better. Now, one thing, when you do the putt, do you generally just keep your head down like this, or do you putt and bring it up to try to see where the ball is?
You want to keep your head down. I always try to remind people that if you'd like to pick out a piece of grass underneath your golf ball and just try to stare at that until you hear the putt go in. Or
Well, I like your philosophy.
gone
Let's
through.
hear your putt go in there.
Yeah, you got it.
Dave Sattler, City of Coldwater. He's getting warmed up for the challenge later. Look at that. That is in the hole.
Oh!
Missed it on the high side.
Line up the putter.
You could use a belly putter, Tim.
Maybe my belly goes down that far. It kind of is a belly putter. Little soft.
Pretty good overall, Tim. Just aim a little bit higher to the left.
That's firm.
Little firm. Well, I'm just getting warmed up. All right, we'll try one more.
The money ball. Low.
Little low. So again, it also comes down to feel.
One thing I've been told about putting,
What?
99% of the putts that are short never go in.
Yeah. Better to be long. Is that what you're trying to tell me? I tell you right now, this guy's got some wisdom going
He
on,
does,
does he
but
not?
if it goes past the hole, it's probably not going in either.
That's exactly right.
Brilliant.
All right, you're watching Hitting the Greens from the Golf Club of Coldwater, and Brian Earls is our golf pro. Also, you can catch Brian at the Foundation Golf Center giving some lessons out there. Dave Sattler from the City of Coldwater. When we come back, we are going to try to break the tie. Dave and I are 1-1 out here on Hitting the Greens. He said he's going to rain some pain. I don't see any rain in sight, so
Maybe
you
good pain.
will be the, yeah, that's right. You'll be the judge. All right, back to Hitting the Greens after this. I've got Brian Earls with me, PGA professional with the Foundation Golf Center and the Golf Club of Coldwater. And Brian, let's talk a little bit about the Junior Tour. There's a lot of young kids getting involved in golf, and it continues to grow and blossom. You've got some competitive, programs going on. Tell me about them.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that Coldwater is home of the Adams and Meyer Junior Tours, which is one of the largest junior tours in the country. It's a statewide tour here in Michigan with over 1,000 members on it, and there's kids those tournaments are for kids ages 7 all the way up to age 19. So we have a great number of events through that. Also, the Golf Club of Coldwater here has a wonderful junior league. That's a Monday morning league that starts in the summertime that kids are able to play on and compete against other kids of the same ability and the same age level. We'll offer a junior camp at the Foundation Golf Center for kids ages 7 to 15. That's on Friday morning starting June 22nd. So that's another wonderful opportunity. That's just Friday mornings, but it's a wonderful opportunity to learn the basics and the fundamentals. And then also with the Foundation Golf Center, we're going to do a snag clinic this year. This is for kids ages 5 to 6 years old, and it's going to be the last week of June over at the Foundation Golf Center. Well, we'll have a 3-day camp there for the kids, and it's really more implementing the fun part of golf. You know, a lot of tennis balls and bigger clubs and Velcro rather than small balls, steel heads, and small holes, all right? Everything's going to be made easier there. So we have tons of opportunities, and we really want the kids to know that and come to us and let us be the leaders for junior golf in the area.
And if I want more information, where can I get it?
You better find that at either www.golfclubofcoldwater.com or foundationgolfcenter.com.
All right, Brian, thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Tim.
Brian Earls, PGA professional at the Foundation Golf Center and the Golf Club of Coldwater. Time now for rules of the game here on Hitting the Greens. I'm now talking with Nancy Chapman. She is a golf pro at the Foundation Golf Center, and of course I consider her the queen of rules, right, Nancy?
That's it.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about lost ball today, because there's a number of different scenarios. Now, we're on a fairway, second shot, we can't find it.
Right.
What's the rule?
So the ruling for a lost ball, you have 5 minutes to go look for your ball. So you definitely want to take advantage of that time. Come down, look for it. If you can't find it, then unfortunately your only option is a stroke and distance, which means you have to take a stroke and you lose the distance of your shot. So you have to go back to where you last hit from.
Well, some people would say, well, wait a second here. I know it went in right here. I'm just going to step out and drop.
Right. Absolutely not. The rules says must. So that means in order to follow the USGA rules, you're going to have to go back to where you last hit from. And for you, that was the middle of the fairway. It may be back to the tee in some cases. So it just depends on where you last hit from.
All right, so Nancy, let's take the scenario of we hit the shot. We're pretty sure it's a lost ball.
Right.
You're looking, you're like, oh, I'm not going to be able to find that. Is there something else I can do while I'm right there?
Well, to save time, we definitely encourage players to hit a provisional golf ball. So if you feel that from your shot, chances are you're not going to find it, to save time on that walk back and forth, or your cart ride, whatever it may be, you'd want to hit a provisional ball. So a couple things that are really important with a provisional ball is to first announce to your competitors what your intention is. So, you don't just grab a ball and tee it up. You would say, look, I can't find my ball, or I think it might be lost. I'm going to hit a provisional. And then you also need to make sure that that ball is different than the one you just hit. So a different number, different marks, whatever it may be, you have to be able to separate the two golf balls. In the event that you were to hit your provisional to where your original ball was at, and you had the exact same ball, same mark, everything, and you found both of them side by side, now you can't determine what ball is what. Now you have a second lost ball. So again, you're going back, so your strokes are adding up. So it's really important to make sure that that provisional golf ball is announced, and then that it's a different ball than the one previously used.
Okay, so how about this scenario? I hit the ball, and I'm pretty sure I'm not going to find it. I hit a provisional. I go out there, and I find my first ball still in play, but maybe I just couldn't see it earlier.
Yeah, definitely. Then you go right ahead and you play that original ball.
Okay, and
no penalties.
pick up your provisional, no penalties.
Exactly.
All right, so we're talking about lost balls here on Rules of the Game. Nancy, as always, thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Tim.
All right, Nancy Chapman, golf pro at the Foundation Golf Center, and that's your Rules of the Game here on Hitting the Greens. Back here on Hitting the Greens from the Golf Club of Coldwater. And if you've never been out here, or if you've been out here a lot, the beauty of the lake behind us, Brian, I think is just majestic. All the old trees out here at Coldwater, and it's just a marvelous course to play.
It is. It's all you can ask for. You know, you got the views, you got the wonderful golf course. It's an old style course, you know, a lot of history, and that's what we love.
All right, and we've got a green right here that will give you some challenges. Dave and I are now on the high side of the hole. What's the challenge going to be today?
Well, we're going to each have each of you will have 3 shots from right here where we laid the quarter down. The closest to the hole out of those 3 will be your best, and we'll see who can get the best. So the problem being is the buried elephant in between you and the hole. So
now, can we have the golf pro give us a little bit of a line?
yeah, I'll try to do my
How
best to
about
show
that?
you, give you an idea of
Don't
what's
you
going
think,
on
Dave?
here.
Don't you think that's
Well,
a good
yeah,
deal?
I mean, if all the tips you could give us, if you'd putt before us on every match,
We'd be all set.
we'd be a lot better.
We'll do our best. Let's see what we can come up with here. This is one of the more difficult putts you'll have.
Noonan.
Looks like it hit a little hard.
He's got some speed going. All right, you got that angle right there, Hooter?
Yeah, you want me to go first?
Keep an eye
Yeah,
on
let's
that.
have you go first. Why he's got the line. He wanted to go first so he doesn't forget. He's only got an attention span of about this, so he's almost done.
Goldfish.
Huh?
Of a goldfish.
Dave Sattler from the city of Coldwater, folks, Department of Municipal Services, our neighbor down there, co-host on Our Community. Here he goes. He's going over the elephant. Look at that stance.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that is
Uh-oh.
Not far enough, was it?
gonna have to
Have
have
a chance to redeem yourself.
gonna have to have Janice come out here and help him out a little bit.
Noonan.
Looks a lot like
Come on.
yours, Dave.
Be careful who you heckle, Tim.
Hey, I guess Pam and Janice will come out here and do a little golfing.
Okay, so mine was. Now, what do you think, Brian? My first one wasn't as bad, was it?
No, not really. You're closer.
What's that between our 2 balls? The new Walmart?
Yeah, let's go. Here he goes. He's got it down now, though. He's got it down. I tried to put the pressure on, but I couldn't do it. Oh, that's a pretty putt right there.
It's a lot better.
Look at that. It's in the hole.
You did me?
Oh,
Real good. That'd be
That's a-
tough to beat.
that is going to be tough to beat.
Did you pay attention?
Nope. Not hard enough.
Oh,
Evidently
no.
not.
Not hard enough.
Well, do you want
Well,
to take your
I wanted
third
to get up
shot,
there.
Tim, or-
Huh?
I mean, you.
No, come
both
on.
of
Put
mine
some
are
pressure
closer.
on it.
Both of mine are closer.
Put the pressure on. I only need one.
Apparently the city guy's got a lot more time than the TV host to practice their golf.
right. Exactly right.
Well, you know, I'm in charge of the rec department, and I call this turf management.
Oh, it's educational.
Edu-
I
Right.
come out for turf management.
Turf management from Dave Sattler. You know, and I can't heckle him too much because they're helping us a lot with the soccer tournament. So he did say that, you know, I do have an excuse if I do lose.
It is nice of you to let him win
I
today.
might be down there by Tim.
All right.
I think that my community.
I think what's throwing me off is the
You
coin.
better get
I cannot have the coin on the course. It's messing with me.
All right. Don't leave this
All
one
right.
short like the other 4 over there.
All right.
It's a Cinderfella story.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Come on, Alice.
Hey, but one thing, what you were talking about, he's consistent.
I got the
He-
second
he was
closest
very
one.
consistent. That was the first part of the lesson: is be consistent.
He made the same stroke 3 straight times.
Three straight
I
times.
mean,
You got a
consistent-
ball? You got an extra ball?
Consistently poor. That was pretty good.
I tell people when I'm teaching them, you know, the good athletes learn from their mistake the first time. There's
There
a
you
good
go.
athlete.
You just needed the yellow ball.
That yellow Strixon really goes. That's a lot better, Tim. Maybe not.
I'm kind of thinking Dave wins.
I
Looks
think
like
Dave
it.
wins. There
Looks
you
like
go.
Dave wins
There
it.
you go. He did tell me that he wasn't going to help me set
Let's
up
see.
soccer field if I didn't let him win. He felt bad the last time. Well, we did decide, though, today a best of 7.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because that's only fair. You know, you have your ups and downs in a whole series.
Keep stretching it out.
Exactly right. And just, I don't know if we can make it more stupid or not, but we're going to try. So.
After next week, it'll be best of 9.
All right, so we've got Dave Sattler from the city of Coldwater, Brian Earls, our golf pro. We're at the Golf Club of Coldwater, and it's also brought to you by the Foundation Golf Center. I'm Tim Hart. Thanks for watching this week's edition of Hitting the Greens. Well, just so you know, I'm trying to get the advantage right now. Maybe have you go like this. Oh.
Hi, Tim.